Life is full of advice, what to do, what not to do. In this video, I'm going to show you which 3 simple rules I live by that have significantly increased my health, wealth, and happiness. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Erkka Suvanto. Many of you call me EJ. I'm the guy who's on social media, passing on all life and business lessons to each and every one of you. I want to build a legacy, and I have built 3 companies all by myself up to 5 million a year, making all the possible mistakes, and now talking about those lessons so that you don't need to go through the same headache. If we think about life overall, there is so much advice, there's so much complexity out there that we oftentimes have a hard time understanding which rules to follow and what to do. We all just want to be happy, live a fulfilled and balanced life, where we accomplish things that are important to us, but at the same time we know how to wind down, relax, and spend some time with our loved ones. I have personally been interested in self-development, personal development for over 25 years. I bought my first Brian Tracy personal development book when I lived in Los Angeles back in late 90s. And ever since, I have spent literally tens of thousands of hours in my own head analyzing my behavior, what has worked and what has not worked in my case. This video today is about those 3 simple rules that I now follow that have literally increased my happiness by tenfold. Welcome. Think how many self-help books and courses there are. You scroll down your social media and there are plenty of posts every day about people telling you what to do, which morning routine to follow. You're supposed to wake up at 5 a.m., eat certain foods, meditate, journal, take a cold shower, and that's just your morning part. No wonder people are overwhelmed. At the same time, we try to be very productive. People give us this illusion that we need to make a lot of money, but at the same time be able to be the best possible husband and partner to our spouse. How is that even possible? No wonder people feel like they are stuck in the mud, because our human nature tells us that it's adding stuff, adding more complexity, doing more instead of doing less. What if I told you that simple is the answer? How to simplify, how to follow fewer rules, not more. Because to many of us, it's not about following that 10-step plan to become a millionaire by the age of 30. There are many people out there who are just trying to make it until next Friday. This video today is about these 3 simple rules that I follow personally, which have tremendously helped my case. And I believe they will help you as well. I'm super excited to be able to share them. But a disclaimer here in the beginning, this won't be your quick to riches type of plan, because there isn't one. There is no silver bullet. It's about understanding what is relevant and what is not. It's about building that foundation for your house. And that, my friends, is priceless. Simple rule number 1, focus on progress, not perfection. It's all about the journey, not the outcome. This sounds like the biggest cliche out there, which to many might be the case, but I myself, I'm a perfect example of a person who used to be very outcome driven in the past. I used to think that it's all about wins or losses. And I thought that my happiness, my achievement was measured based on what I was able to accumulate in terms of wealth, money, relationships, whatever. It wasn't until I started losing enough. And this is the magic bullet here. As far as what tools I use, the biggest and the most relevant topic is to live your life to the fullest. When I was analyzing my own life, asking myself, why is it that I'm so afraid of losing? It comes back to our second most toxic human emotion, which is embarrassment and humiliation. We care way too much what others think. We just do almost anything in this world to paint the perfect picture, not to lose face, and not to show our loved ones or our close friends that we potentially failed. And that to many is a recipe for disaster. I was one of those people. I was applying the brakes all the time. I was avoiding certain things so that I wouldn't lose, because deep down I wasn't comfortable with losing. And the tool regarding this, how to understand that it's about progress, not the outcome, is to make sure that you live your life to the fullest. You keep playing games. Life is a big game. Business is a game where at the end of the day, my humble opinion is that my number one job is to find out how good I truly am. I don't want to look back when I'm 85 and say, I wish I had done more. I wish I had tried more. I wish I wasn't that scared of losing back in the day when I still had time. Because to me, understanding that it's the work that we do, that's the goal. It's not the outcome. Because getting that new car or more money is not going to make me happier. Money is just going to expose me. If I'm a good person without money, I'm a better person with money. But true happiness and true achievement, to me, is about understanding that it's the progress. When I leave everything out there every day, did I do my absolute best today? Did I empty my tank? And if the answer is yes, that to me is success. It doesn't mean that I'm deviating or decoupling myself from those materialistic goals. I still try to get them, but I understand now that my happiness has nothing or very little to do with those material things. And true happiness is about understanding that progress is all that there is. If I don't enjoy the work, the grind, which includes wins and losses, there's no way I can be happy. And like I said, the tool that I use here is that I just go flat out. Honestly, I go and meet people, ask the girl, start the business, quit the job, end that bad relationship, do things that are scary to you in the beginning. It's the fear of losing that stops us from doing things. Simple rule number 2, learn how to say no. I used to be one of those yes people. I thought that everything good is on the other side of yes, until I realized that that actually made me average in all of those focus areas. If I have 3 aspects of life that I want to excel in, let's say I want to train like a professional athlete, be the best possible dad to my kids, and build my business at the same time. That's the same as dividing my 100% attention into 3 different buckets. And one might say that that's actually impossible to be a 10 out of 10 in all 3, which is the case in real life too. What I should have known better in the past is to put 2 of those 3 on a back burner for a little while, let's say 2 or 3 years, master one, put really all my eggs in one basket, 10 out of 10, in becoming the best possible dad or growing my business first, and then 1 out of 10 on the other 2, and then switch, rotate. I wasn't comfortable enough in saying no because I had deep insecurities. I had my personal weaknesses that stopped me from understanding what true focus really means. Because when I say no, I actually gain time. And with time, which happens to be our most valuable resource, I can focus. And then when I have focus, I can really get better and really good at something that makes a difference in the end. If I want to change the world, if I want to change the world of my kids or my employees or my business partners, I owe them that focus. I need to make sure that I put all of my effort into that one thing and get really good at it. And then, like I said, prioritize, switch, and then focus on something else. The other thing that helped me a lot is the price of every decision. The rule I try to follow personally is that every time I'm 50-50 on a tough decision, I always try to choose the path harder short term, because I firmly believe in the fact that short-term hard decisions lead to easier life down the road, and vice versa. Every decision has a price tag. Understanding what that price is so that we don't need to regret anything at the end of the day. But learning how to say no has helped me prioritize, focus, and then get really, really good at those things that truly matter in my life. Simple rule number 3, practice gratitude consistently. This has made a huge impact in my personal life. I used to be one of those people who was all about past or future. And I think that same problem applies to many of us. 90% of the people, in my theory, always focus on the things that went terribly yesterday, so dwell on the past or worry about the future. We neglect, we forget what's good about today. If we focused on the things that we have, we would learn how to be more grateful. Gratitude is just super important. Focus on the present moment. Whenever your thoughts go into the past or into the future, literally in your mental mind, use scissors, cut those thoughts and force yourself to think about today, right now. What's the beauty around me? Birds are flying, sun is shining, I have food, I have water, I can take a shower, I still have clothes, I have food, I have money in my bank account. That's number one. And the number two is journaling. I started writing down 3 things every day that I was grateful for. And there were 2 rules regarding that. Number one, those 3 had to be different than yesterday. And I had to do it consistently every day. After a week or 2, no difference. But you keep doing that. After a month or 2, you start noticing a big difference. I still struggle with this in terms of I have to remind myself consistently and constantly to use those mental scissors to cut my thoughts to the past and to the future and only focus on what I can influence today. Politics is another example, by the way. I don't really follow politics anymore. I used to be one of those people that every now and then I used to watch a presidential debate or something regarding the parliamentary things or whatever. But nowadays I just distance myself from that. And I only focus on the things that I can influence, which is the present moment. Because there are so many things out there in the modern society, which is trying to sell fear to us, by the way. So when I again use those mental scissors to cut any ties and thoughts into negativity, that has made a huge impact in my personal happiness. But overall, if we think about these 3 rules that I just mentioned, so to recap, focus on progress, not perfection. Learn how to say no and practice gratitude. What's common between these 3 is that they're all about simple things. It's not about adding stuff to our life, because our natural instinct when it comes to growing a business or making our personal life happier and better is about adding things. How many new morning routines or evening routines I can introduce on top of the existing ones. But the secret to me is about getting rid of the stuff that doesn't work and having enough conviction that you know yourself so well that you know what works for you. It doesn't matter what your neighbor does. It's all about what works for me. There are several right answers. The only wrong answer is to do nothing. And that's what we need to keep in mind. How to simplify and not add in complexity. I hope these 3 simple rules helped you and will help you down the road. They have helped me tremendously myself, and I will keep focusing on these 3. These are my bread and butter nowadays in my everyday life. Thank you for watching, and I'm super excited to hear which one of the 3 is your favorite, or if you have your own personal one, please let me know. Again, thank you, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.